Hey everybody, I'm Captain Tommy Scoble and you're on the lifeboat. It is Sunday morning. Welcome back to the boat. Let me see here. Let me see here. Can I get a 5x5? I've been having horrendous problems with my video. Can anybody tell me if the video looks all right? I'm not seeing. There we go. There's Tommy Bird. Good morning, Tommy. How does it look? 5x5. Look at that. Well, I'll be damned. All right, everybody. So it is Sunday. Oh damn. So I was gone for a little while and did a little video yesterday to kind of bring everybody up to speed. I'll do that again today in case anybody missed the short one that I did yesterday. I'll be a little bit more open. I had a meltdown. I just had a complete and utter meltdown. And on the bright side, I didn't stick any needles in my arms. I did drugs, but I did them at the hospital. I was written a prescription for some heavy stuff to knock me out, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. And then I was given some stuff to help me get to sleep. That is most assuredly narcotic, but will make sure that I don't have dreams for a little while, and then we're going to go from there. But the dreams are becoming such that what happens is if you sleep and you don't dream, then bad things begin to happen while you're awake. And in my particular case, that manifested itself into me throwing things and breaking things, and in general treating people that I care about poorly. So on the bright side, I didn't get high. I guess that's the if there is a shining spot to this, it is that I did not get high. I had a lot of other things going on. Everybody has a lot of other things going on, right? Hungry squirrel. Everybody has a lot going on in their lives. I keep a good deal of my life out in the public, and I think it's probably a good thing because you're watching somebody that's struggling through drug addiction, and that's kind of the idea, right? And then there are things that I don't share with the crew, and that usually has to do with I've been married several times. I've had several long-term relationships with people that have come to mean a great deal to me, and I've had some short-term relationships with people who have come to mean a great deal to me. And I don't often share that with the crew because, to be really honest, man, you don't want to know it, and it's not any of anyone else's business. Not because I care about me as much as I do about the poor people who get associated with me. And whether they're divorced or broken up or out of my life, they certainly don't deserve to have to be associated with me any more than they have to be. So I kind of try to keep that that separate as much as possible. And there are people who have been here long enough and know me and probably have a good idea of the things that go on here because of how it works. But a bit of a heartbreak too, to be really honest with you. I kind of had my heart broken a little bit. And if you can have a heart broken a little bit, I had my heart broken a lot. And it was just on top of everything else. So I had a pretty bad run. Yeah, Tommy, I think it's probably de rigueur. You know what I'm saying? It's probably par for the course for people like us. There's a reason we all do drugs, and it's not because we're so damn good at dealing with all of the issues in our life right as they come up, right? This sucks. I think I'll just sit down and deal with it, right? Yeah, that would be the normal people. I'm not normal. So when something comes up in my life and it was very difficult, I would drug it away. Right. And then when that didn't get the job done, um, then I started to try to find other ways of putting the emotions that I can't cope with away. And I used you for a lot of that. So instead of dealing with my emotions and dealing with my pain, I dealt with your pain, right? And it's easier to detach yourself from your own pain, right? It's a whole lot easier to deal with other people's, and that's kind of what I was doing, and using that as a way to not have to cope with what I had been doing, right? There's ways to not cope, and I was going with all of them. Thank you, Pam Abernathy. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, and it's sound advice. Pam says sobriety is first. Knowing when to yell, scream, rant for help is necessary. And I agree with you. And primal scream therapy and cool things like that are awesome. They really are. That's not what I did. I put things up. I threw them against the wall. I broke windows. I punched things. I didn't hit anybody, but I had an epic meltdown. And to be honest with you, I heard sounds come out of me that the last time I heard those sounds come out of me, I was hurting somebody. I was in the middle of a fight that I was in the process of losing. That kind of guttural sound to hear come out of me frightened me. To be shit, if you want to know the truth, I found it a very uncomfortable sound, and I know that the people that care about me didn't need to hear it. Fortunately, there are people I love who didn't hear it, which is good, because they probably would never speak to me again. A good chance they're not going to speak to me again anyway. But sorry, beverage. So I need a heifer hug. I need a yeah. There's a sadly people. There's a lot. I'm going to be trying to get myself back in order. As I said, I was going to begin to start doing some lifeboat stuff. It is easier to deny and evade than to face it. To face it, you have to bring a level of strength that is uncomfortable. Kim Milan. Agreed. And I wasn't particularly good. Damn, I'm not very good at that either. I was not particularly good at I was just really good at making it go away, and drugs to me were excellent for that. Drugs are worthless. They don't do a whole lot of anything. They don't give you anything, right? We've talked about this so many times on the boat. Drugs don't give you crap, but they take away, and they do it beautifully. And that was the goal for me, was to take away the discomfort. And I'll be brutally honest with you. I had a run there where I had a lot of really bad things happen at once, and then the reminder of a person that had this love of my life thing, that the reminder of cars still come. Stars only luckily if I smart enough to punch it. Yeah, punching cars is not a good thing. My brother Johnny and I'm not kidding you, destroyed a car by punching it. Took all night, but it was it was a birthday. It was an awful, awful thing. I'm sorry, my jersey's got you. I'm sorry, man. How about we do that? Block buddy. Is that better? Is the Emirates jersey getting to you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There we go. How's that? Better? So, no scoring and no physical damage to anyone else. To be redundant, you turned to help, not shooting up or breaking anyone. True. True. Now, I'd like to tell you that I threw stuff against the wall and then said, I'm going to go get some help. It didn't exactly work 100% like that, but I have since the last time I saw you. A lot of people sort of helped me in that general direction. My walls have spaghetti stains from me throwing a full plate like a frisbee against it. Burritos too, an office chair, lots of big gulps. So yeah, been there. That a girl heifer. I threw a pair of combat boots into a wall. They actually, oh no, the trigger warning cosmic has been going on for 2 or 3 days prior to that. I have unresolved love from my past, and it's okay. Cosmic, we relapse. It's part of what we do. You're here and you're talking about it. There's somebody there's as I said, I've had relationships, and there are some that are that I never really came to grips with, and there's a person that I'm still in love with who's not in love with me. It's always tough. Or they're still in love with me and we can't be together or something like that, which could be worse. I don't know. You know what? I punched things. I've had all of these rebuilt. I don't punch things much anymore. Now I throw things. I've done a lot of damage to my hands. Yeah. But I'm gonna be getting back to a normal schedule, I promise. I'm going to. Boy, there ain't no kidding. The thing is, here's what happens: divorce, separations, whatever. I have found that that for me, and I'm not categorizing women across the board. You understand? Because I'm not going to do that. But the women that I've met have been, and maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just a very bad person. But women I met can love me on Monday and hate me on Tuesday. They literally can throw that switch. And on Monday I'm loved, and on Tuesday I'm hated. And I've never had that skill. Man, oh man, I would pay for that skill. But if I love someone on Monday, I love them on Tuesday. I mean, I may be pissed off and I may be unhappy, and they may have broken my heart or whatever, but I've just never been able to turn the switch like that. You know what I mean? I love the girl I took to my high school prom. I've been able to turn that one off yet, and to be really honest with you, that was a few decades ago. Maybe more than a few decades ago. Sorry about this. Not trying to bum anybody out here. Oh, that's a me. I promise you it is. Because the people that I know, they can flip it like a light switch. Seriously, they loved me Friday. They hate me. They hate me Saturday. I've seen this one a lot. Yeah, one day, then one year you're the next day you're Val who. I get it. Boy, I get it, sunshine. I really do. Pam Abernathy says, I have broken dishes through the antique cookie jar that held nothing but creepy childhood memories and flashbacks off a cliff. Well played. Yeah. One of the worst of my epic meltdowns had nothing to do with this particular situation. It was years ago, but I had a friend that restored automobiles for a living, and he had one that was his, and it was a Bristol. And I know the average person is not going to know Bristol. It's just a very, very old car, but this was a rare Bristol in that it had what is called a B post. Most Bristols when you rolled the windows down, there was nothing in between the front window and the back window. They just sort of sealed. This had a piece of metal in between them. And my goal was to punch the window out of this guy's car. And the reason being, he had spent a very long period of time describing how hard it was to find this window. And I was just being a dick, and I had had a lot to drink, and I went, wham! And I went to break that window, and I missed that window, and I hit that metal post between the two windows. I broke both windows, but that piece of metal went, and the amount of damage I did to this car, he had to cut the piece of metal out. It was really effective in terms of me being a dick, which is what I was shooting for. But I did a lot of damage to a guy's car that wasn't very cool. I'm gonna try to get the boat back to where it's sailing half-assed normal. All right, I promise. I'm gonna try to get that going. If there's with any luck, I will be going live tonight at 5. Maybe something before then. I feel the need to hurt myself, and I don't mean like, I just mean like a good burn or something like that. My brother Johnny and I have been going back and forth about trying to do another speed run for the Tube of Terror. I beat his last record heinously, like I just destroyed it. But I haven't trained in a really long time, and he has been, training every day since, and he's been challenging me to a speed of terror run, like a drag race with a Tube of Terror, and that should show. That's because we love you, Nick, and that should show a hell of a lot of. Should be a hell of a lot of pain, and maybe that'll snap me out of it. All right, so maybe we'll do that this afternoon or something like that. There's a show I want to catch at 9, somebody's live feed, and then I will be. Well, hopefully I'll be back for normal scheduling here soon. All of this stuff is designed to hurt you, and there's 3 or 4 boxes of it there. So I'm sure that me and the much older brother will be doing some pain. Yeah, I'm looking after me. You'll notice that I wasn't here for a few days, people. I drove to the hospital and I did what needed to be done. I knew I was out of control, and I went and saw a doctor. Right, that's the advice I would have given you. Don't try to. If it's not something that can be fixed with the 5 people that you've got in your circle, people, what we are is a peer support group. We are not a freaking counseling session, right? We're not counselors. We're peer support, and we're here for one another when we're hurting. When it gets bad, when it gets to the point where the person that I call, Alan Ballantyne, to do anything for me, he would have jumped on an airplane and flown here, but he's not going to write me a prescription. He's not going to get me committed. He's not going to do any of the things that might need it to be yeah. So there are times you just have to go see a doctor, right? Bite the bullet, you go see a doctor. It's what they're for. And very often they can help you. So you get, and you do that. And that's what I did. So we're going to go and see how it comes back from here, but it'll be back. I promise it'll be back. Right. So hopefully tonight, maybe after some really good burns, maybe I can burn the piss right out of my hair. Thanks, Bruce. Bruce's question. You are helping us navigate the rapids. How could you not be stressed almost to breaking? I am with you. I'll be really honest. I do really, really well with it. That's no joke. I really do. I've gotten to the point over a couple of years where I realize that your problems are your problems and my problems are my problems. I really do. What has happened in the last 2 weeks have just been personal stuff that's got nothing to do with any of you. And that's the truth. This has been This has been about me and one or two other people. It's been it has nothing to do with the boat. It's things from my past. It's love. It's things from my past that I haven't dealt with, and that's what I've been dealing with. And then I loved Buddha just way more than I could remember, and that one was tough. And it's just been a lot that's happened, and my health isn't great. So it was the perfect storm of crap, and then it was the perfect storm of crap. So sorry, one more time. Yeah, that's right. One more time. Sorry. Had to throw that in there. I will yeah, I broke a lot of stuff. This meltdown wasn't good. But the following day, I did thousands of dollars worth of repairs on my roof that I was going to call a roofer to do, and I went up and did it myself because it kind of made me feel guilty, I guess. Yes, not face. I know the boat's here for me, and I love you guys. I really do. You saw a cat. There's always a cat. Yeah, squirrel does that. She makes cameos. Come here. Come here. Come on. She's not in the mood. You know cats there. You should be reading Sunday. Sunday. All right, everyone. We'll see you later on in the day, all right? And take care of one another, all right? Please. Captain Tommy, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.